We constantly hear about diversity. We are constantly hearing about the need for inclusion. When you're an active member of Woke United Methodist and you're in a position of leadership in whatever industry that you're working in, everything else takes a back seat to DIE, diversity, equity, and inclusion. When you're looking to fill a position, the qualifications of the candidates, they are completely irrelevant. You must meet your racial quota. If you have a racial imbalance in the office, you have more white employees than you do black, you must solve this problem. When looking at someone's education background, the only school that matters is Woke U. You are expected to bypass qualified, experienced candidates in order to hire people that check all the woke boxes. I don't know if you guys are aware, but there is a serious diversity problem right now in late night television. Did you know that? I didn't know. Now, of course, when I watch TV, I'm not counting the race of every fucking character on screen. I'm more interested in the storylines than making sure whatever show I'm watching is racially balanced. Apparently, there is a serious diversity problem in late night television. Lucky for us, we have a hero riding in on her broom to solve our little diversity problem. Who is this hero? Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler? Really? Haven't we already seen this movie before? Do we really need a sequel? Are we talking about the same Chelsea Handler who peaked for about 3 years on Comedy Central, then saw her ratings sink faster than Shay Shay's face when he's bobbing for some dude's apples? Chelsea Handler claims that there's a diversity problem in late night television because all of the hosts are white dudes. I guess she forgot about Trevor Noah. Last I checked, his mother was from Africa. Doesn't get more African American than that. I guess we should accuse Chelsea Handler of mythical racism. How dare you forget about the one black man hosting a late night TV show? I happen to agree with Chelsea Handler. She's right. She is right. We do have a lack of diversity in late night television. Has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with the fact that damn near every late night host is woke. Jimmy Fallon takes the woke cucumber. Stephen Colbert, deacon at Woke United Methodist. Jimmy Kimmel plays butt bongo with Howard Stern in his spare time. Trevor Noah, woke as fuck. With James Corden announcing a while back that he would be stepping down from hosting his late night show, CBS has an opening for a new host, and Chelsea Handler has the solution. Well, Casey, what black man did she recommend for the job? Black man? To fix a diversity issue? No. That's far too simple. Well, Casey, she must have recommended a black woman. No, guess again. Okay, I got it. She is pushing for Tran Dan to become a late night TV host. With Tran Dan super busy, though, sharing public restrooms with unwilling transphobes, she recommended Leah Thomas instead. Nope, although that was one hell of a guess. Tran Dan, he would be excellent on late night television. He would really bring in the viewers. Just imagine the segments they would have. Tran Dan on the street, asking pregnant men which gender their baby will choose at birth. Chelsea Handler's solution to the white problem on late night TV? Her solution is she should be the host of her own show. Let me get this straight. The solution to the white problem is to hire another white person. Am I understanding this correctly? Well, Casey, she falls into a protected class. Chelsea Handler identifies as a woman. This automatically makes her a minority in the eyes of woke shitfucks. Okay. I'm beginning to understand this concept a little better now. According to the woke logic, everyone falls into a protected class except for white men. If you're a white dude that happens to be 1% Indian, protected. If you're 100% white male, shit out of luck. Over the last couple of years, Chelsea Handler has consistently complained about white privilege. She even had a Netflix special titled, "Hello Privilege, It's Me." It was an unmitigated disaster. Woke critics, they blasted Chelsea Handler for not truly understanding the consequences of her white privilege. Us normal people, we blasted her for her ability to be a complete shitfuck. The special was an absolute flop for Netflix. Chelsea Handler, she is not an example of white privilege. White privilege doesn't exist. Chelsea Handler is an example of woke privilege. This birthing person who identifies as a woman, she's the female version of Bomani Jones. How many times can one woke shitfuck fail in the media and continue to be given opportunities? E canceled her late night show because ratings dropped 32%. 2 months later, the Anti-Defamation League accused her of anti-Semitism for a segment she did on Hitler. A couple of years later, she's filming something at USC in Los Angeles. While filming, she grabbed some black woman's ass. Was she canceled? Was she blasted on social media? Was she accused of mythical racism? No. She was quietly forced to attend sexual harassment training. This course is offered at Woke U. It's where they teach aspiring shitfucks that everything is considered sexual harassment. Therefore, you should only make love to the woke cucumber. This also did not stop Chelsea Handler from inking lucrative deals with Netflix, NBC, Universal. Didn't stop her from inking lucrative book deals, having 5 New York Times bestsellers. Chelsea Handler has consistently crossed the woke line of decency. She has consistently failed with every opportunity she was given, yet she continues to be given chance after chance after chance. Why? Woke privilege. It's the same reason Bomani Jones, Jamel Hill, Rex Chapman are given repeat chances when they are repeat failures. Chelsea Handler is not the solution to the problems in late night television. Matter of fact, she would make the problems even worse. Ratings across late night TV have seen rapid declines over the last 2 years. When Jay Leno handed The Tonight Show over to Jimmy Fallon, he was averaging over 4 million viewers every night. By January 2021, Jimmy Fallon had managed to run off 3 million of them, recording some of the lowest ratings in the show's history. David Letterman, his last few years on the air at CBS, he averaged between 2.8 and 4 million. Stephen Colbert has The Late Show down to a cool 2 million. It has gotten so bad that Jimmy fucking Kimmel was the #1 show in the 25 to 54 demographic for 3 weeks in June. Jimmy Kimmel! Ratings are so bad for broadcast networks late night, they are consistently being beaten by Greg Gutfeld on Fox News. The guy on cable is beating the shit out of the 3 dudes on free TV. Historically, there was a reason broadcast networks filled these late night roles with dudes. That's what people wanted to watch. They tried women in the past. Joan Rivers, back in the 80s, she was given the opportunity to host her own late night show. It bombed. Samantha Bee, she hosts her own late night show on TBS. Guess where she ranks on the ratings list? Dead last. Samantha Bee pulls ratings similar to the WNBA. If I had to guess, most of you probably never heard of her. You're not missing out on anything. She's another woke shitfuck who apologizes for her white privilege. In a recent interview with Variety magazine, Chelsea Handler pathetically pleaded her case to the woke oak tree as to why she should be given another opportunity in late night TV. It is so important for women to have representation on television. I'm that representation. I'm that woman. I will lead ladies to the promised land. Would it surprise me if she was given another opportunity to crash and burn? No, nothing surprises me with these people anymore. These people have proven they don't make decisions based on logic. But I can tell you with absolute certainty, Chelsea Handler would be a huge, embarrassing failure. This birthing person claims to be a comedian, but that's simply her disguise. She claims to have parted ways with Netflix so she could focus on her woke activism. I ain't buying that bullshit. I think Netflix was tired of paying her millions of dollars to not draw an audience to the platform. Let me show you some examples of Chelsea Handler's comedy. Let me give you a brief little glimpse of what her late night show would be like. Roll the film.
Okay, so this is a book that I just read, and it is so helpful. It sounds pretty obvious. And it's a great book for white people who don't want to be assholes when talking about race. And it gives you the history of Black Lives Matter and the fluidity of the movement and how the movement began and how it's changed. And it also gives you all this kind of contextual history about certain phrases and why they're offensive to Black people and what phrases are positive and which ones are negative and why. And it's really, really good. I really would highly recommend it. And if you're tired of hearing about, Black Lives Matter, I mean, can you imagine how tired Black people are?
I mean, with white men and the way straight white men have been acting for the last couple of years, I think there's only one direction to go in. That's Black, Asian, Latinx, anything that isn't, a white privileged male who's denying what's happening.
White privilege is just, well, I mean, I can't tell everybody what the definition. For me, it is, I always thought it was a certain group of people that get into Harvard or that get into Yale or that have rich parents. It's a privilege just to have white skin in this country. It's a privilege to go into a grocery store and not be stared at. It's a privilege to get pulled over and not worry about if it's a life or death situation. So it's kind of like showing people, including myself, all the ways in which we take it for granted.
Mm-hmm. Did you find that entertaining? Did you find any of that to be funny? Is that the bullshit you want to hear as you're trying to go to sleep at night? Chelsea Handler is a one-hit wonder. She had a 3-year run of success on E! The novelty wore off, and she's been a consistent failure ever since. She's another example of someone using the woke movement for her own personal gain. She doesn't believe any of this bullshit that she promotes. You just heard her blasting white dudes. I refuse to date white men anymore. As of September 2021, guess who she was in a relationship with? A fucking white dude. I'm honestly shocked she was able to find any man to date her. Chelsea Handler uses the woke movement for her own career advancement. She's trying it again right now with her desperate pleas in Variety magazine to be given another chance to be a huge embarrassing failure. Now, whether or not her prayers are answered by the woke oak tree, only time will tell. But let me know what you think. Chelsea Handler, with her proven track record of failure, begging for another chance on late night TV. Does anyone even watch late night TV anymore? Let me know if you watch. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, kc_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.